it was fun to play football. It was fun to be around everybody else, even though you had like that gap to where you first go, you gotta get to know people, your first camp. Then I'm like, okay, I feel a little homesick. Even though I'm an hour and a half away, I'm like, I just need to go home. The whole experience, I just like the growth through the people I met and all like the work I put in, and me seeing people who weren't doing as much and not having success, and me, and they wonder why I had success because I'm doing extra and I'm growing a lot more than they are. That coaching changed in 2 years and then kind of just changed the whole program. Coach Sue brought in a lot of energy, and he taught us a lot. And that's what I wasn't expecting coming from Crothersville, having like a bad attitude and thinking I'm better and thinking that I don't have to work hard. Like, oh, it's God's gift to me. Like, he's showing me that it ain't no such thing as luck. You just work hard and you go in, day out. That's the guy who's the toughest, who's the best player. And that was the experience I wasn't expecting to get, but that's what I got, and it just taught me a lot as a man. And that's why I'm successful in other areas than just football. You see the people around you who doing that, and you know that they're not going as far. And then I'm like, okay, maybe if I would have even turned in some of my work, I would have had a better GPA to go to a bigger school, met more people, did more things. Just been able to, like, oh, I went to Arkansas, I went to Mizzou, I went somewhere like that. But my advice would just be, do you, and get a group of friends around you that are trying to do better because you are who you hang around. And my advice would just be hang around better people who are, like I was hanging around Perry. Perry got two conference rings. Paul, he in the NFL. Eric coaching in Nebraska. All my friends are dogs. That's what I always say. I don't hang around anything less. If you ain't a dog, I don't hang around you. Because that's not just football, because we got to win in life too, but it start in high school. I feel like growing up in Crothersville, a lot of people think a certain way. And when I went to Cape, I'm like, okay, people are way more positive. People are nicer. It's opportunity here for me. In Crothersville, you just don't see it until it's just good to at least get a chance or to try to get out and then come back. It's cool to come back, but it's good to get out just to see what the world is all about and meet other people with a different perspective. Just wake up, class, practice. Well, get there, get ready for practice. You have to be on time and get ready for practice. If you got an injury, you got to go get it treated. You got to check in, you got to weigh in. It's like deadlines you have to meet, or you ain't going to practice or you're not going to play. So.
Yeah, I don't think people understand that either. You know, they think you have these choices, but when you go to college, there is no, I'm sitting out of practice today just because I don't feel good or something like that. You know, it has to be diagnosed.
Yeah, the trainers have to tell you, like, you can't go today. If they feel like you can't go, you're going to practice. Or we have what was called the pit. So if you injured, you still working out the whole practice. And it's harder than the practice.
Right.
But Coach Sue would tell me, he would tell some of the players, it was one kid who was a really good corner that we just had that he sent home. He said, DeRozier, if you skip class, he would always say this, I'm going to send your ass home. And he said I didn't believe him, and he sent him home. He sent a lot of my best friends home. He sent Buck home for, like, missing workouts. He sent, who else did he send home? He sent this other kid. He came, my roommate in college. He was just having a bad spring, and he was, like, missing stuff. They liked him as a person, but they was just like, we don't like you as the football player, so we're going to send you home. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, if you don't perform, if you don't make it to these things and show that you give effort, then it's no more for you. So that ain't no different to me. I'm from Crothersville. I'm strong. I can play against anybody.
Right.
I never get scared. I never back down for competition. I remember when I was a sophomore, and we were playing Ole Miss, and we weren't having much success on the ground, so we started to open up in the pass, and it was a dude who was in front of me. His name was Spin, and everybody knew that he wasn't as good as me, and I knew that in my head. I was just like, when I get in, I'm going to make the most of it. So I had one catch, and then they threw it to me again. I had like a 5-yard hit, so I took it to like 3. I cut it down short, and then I had like it was like a 15-yard catch. But everybody was surprised at the sideline, but I'm like, I'm good. Put me back in. I'm ready to keep playing. We play against Kansas first quarter. We have no success on offense. I'm like, coach, give me the ball. And I got a 50-yarder, then I made another sports in the top 10 catch, but I'm just like, I'm built to do. So when I go to practice and I'm like, okay, we got summer workouts, we got winter conditioning. I go in and people are dogging it at the beginning, and I turn it on from the jump, and they're like, all right, you got to beat Pete. And then we go in Monday, then we go in Friday. They're like, okay, you gotta be Pete. Pete ain't giving up. Pete coming to run hard every day. And that's just kind of the mindset I had because of where I'm from, and that's what I always felt like.